All right. Here we are. Welcome to both mics.
Hey, folks. This is a show about nothing and everything. He is Mike Sofka.
And he is Mike Taylor. And together, we are both mics.
Both mics. Welcome to show number 45 of Both Mics Heard Everywhere podcast can be heard. We are live every Friday evening around 7-ish, 8-ish Eastern time. So check us out at twitch.tv/bothmics. And you can also find us anywhere podcasts can be found.
Awesome. How are you, good sir?
Good. How you doing?
Good. You look like your head got bigger.
Yeah, I know. I was messing with the freaking settings and it's beyond bizarre. I don't know what happened.
I feel like I'm co-hosting with Andre the Giant.
Right? Or just like a head. Let me see here. Camera control, zoom. I don't know what happened. Default. Should I kind of zoom in?
Nah, you're good. We'll figure it out. Hey, you heard about this thing with virtual schools, right? Past year they had virtual schools.
Yeah, of course.
They're saying a lot of people want to continue the virtual school thing. Thousands of parents opting for virtual learning. Would you have wanted to do this when you were school age?
I probably couldn't. I'm the type of guy that, I purposely apply for colleges that I'd have to go away to and stay at because I would never commute. You know, if I just went to the comedy school down or the community college down the street, I probably would have never gone. So, virtual school. No, I gotta, I'm OCD about it. It wouldn't be a good match for me.
Well, they say, this according to abcactionnews.com, while every school in Florida is open for in-person learning, the virtual school remains an option for students either through the state program, a charter school, or a district-developed program. They're saying education is changing, thank God. So, well, let me ask you this. When your two young ones now, when they're ready to go to school here shortly in a couple years, are you going to want them to go interact with the other kids, or are you going to have them do virtual learning? Yeah, no.
The social interaction is key. Is that's how you learn to be a human. Is the interaction with other kids. I would not want them to do this virtual school thing. No, and it's almost the same as homeschooling.
I think it depends on where you're at. I mean, if it was some inner city thing or something, and your kid may get shot on the way to school, I mean that might be different. But
no, that I agree upon. But if we stayed in San Antonio, the boys would have went to Catholic school.
Right.
You get on Zillow or Realtor.com and you look at the rankings for the schools, and everything in San Antonio is like 2, 3. Brenda went to private school her entire life. Even in college, the two colleges she went to were both private schools.
Plus, my experience is that the private schools, and whether they're Catholic schools or not, those kids always had the best drugs. I mean, I couldn't find shit,
Well, in Jersey, I went to public school. I went to a real good public school, and there was St. Joseph's, and they always had the better drugs. They had the good stuff. They could afford it. But and another thing, my mom was a psychiatric nurse, and she said the people in Jersey were crazier than the people in the Bronx and in upstate New York that she worked, because the people in Jersey could afford the good stuff.
Nice. Yeah.
It came from my mom's mouth. But when your schools in San Antonio are 2s and 3s out of 10, and maybe there's a 5 or a 6, and then St. Johns County here, the schools are 9s.
Yeah.
So it has, the county I live in has one of the best school systems in the country.
That's awesome.
So I'm good with the kids going to public school here.
Yeah, I can remember when my parents chose to relocate to Central Florida. That was a thing, looking for the best schools, the best graded schools, and then you look for the house afterwards or whatever. So that goes far. That goes real far. So Mike,
that fell through for you guys then, huh? That's sad to hear.
What?
I said I'm
Nice.
sad to hear that it didn't work out well for you
Nice.
guys.
No, it was a different life before they moved to Central Florida. I was over in Lakeland, and that was a little bit different than where I'm at now. But still okay, still good. I mean, nothing wrong with it or anything. But here's the thing: we came down here in like 1979, 1978, something like that, and when I was in 7th or 8th grade, I guess. And when they were putting me in classes for math and English and stuff, I had done this shit like in 4th and 5th grade.
Yeah.
I was like, no, but I need this class. And they were like, well, we can't fit you in that class now. And besides, if you've already had the class, you'll do well in it. And this happened to me a couple times. Like, I took like geometry and pre-algebra like 4 fucking times at 4 different places, got A's in it each time. And then I got to high school and it was a lot more difficult because all I did was goof off those couple years because they kept making me retake the same crap over again.
Yeah, it's an interesting school system. You know, my 2 older ones went through in Lake County, and when we looked around to move to the Orlando area, I looked at the different counties and kind of looked at prices of homes. Now you start getting up towards the Mount Dora and Tavares area. There's some high item homes up there.
Sure.
And I figured it's a county school system, so I bet you they have a real good school system. I was wrong. My son went to elementary school, his last year of elementary school in New York. Then his first in one school. The next school was 7th grade in New York. So 2 schools, 2 years. And then 8th grade in Claremont, 9th grade in a 9th grade center, 10th grade, the brand new high school opened, Eastridge, and then 11th grade, he switched high schools because the original high school didn't have ROTC. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 5 schools, 5 different schools in 5 years. My poor kid.
Yeah,
I wonder why. Yeah, wonder why he twitches like that. Yeah, I told you he's going to the academy, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
He passed all his background checks and psychological profiles and all that crap. So he's going to be a cop in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
All right, well, good for him. That's awesome. That's what he wants to do. That's great. Nowadays especially, cops are getting a bad rap. They're just doing their job, and it's defund, and then next thing you know, the person that's asking for the defunding, they have a private security force, though. Well, what about everybody else? I mean, what are you doing? So, anyway, I think you're right with the virtual school thing, and I think you're right with what you said about where you're at. So hopefully they'll have a good experience. Hopefully they won't have to do a lot of virtual school. I think you should be able to do both. I think you should be able to do summer school from home if you want, or, somehow keep this thing going as part of the curriculum because, you know what? Computers aren't going away.
Right, exactly.
The internet's still here. It's going to be here for a little while. So your kids might as well get used to dealing with it,
Maybe do a regular school week, but Friday you do it from home.
Yeah, or half-day Wednesday from the house. But I guess that would affect a lot of working parents, though, too, who use school as a somewhat of a daycare situation. I get it, but
I think everybody does, right?
Spirit Airlines shutting down this week. Did you hear about this?
Oh God, what a freaking cluster! God, I think I flew them once. Did I fly them up to
the ATL maybe?
Yeah, ATL,
probably.
When we helped your wife move?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And, dude, I got to the airport, my flight was canceled, and they postponed me to the next flight. And, and we barely made it to the concert in time.
Well, since Sunday, Spirit has canceled more than 2,000 flights due to a combination of staffing shortages, bad weather, and technology problems. The CEO, Ted Christie, apologized and vowed to improve staffing and scheduling. The issue is testing Spirit after the discount airline worked to improve reliability and customer service in recent years. So here's what I don't understand. it's almost like they got caught with their pants down. I mean, if they didn't have pilots, it sounds like they should have been more proactive in their approach. Like, it's not like all of a sudden this morning they decided to have a flight and a bunch of people bought tickets. You know, you pretty much schedule these flights months in advance. I would think last week, maybe, when you didn't have a pilot, you could say, hey, folks, you know, just, we're going to try. We're probably not going to get to you. We're having troubles. I'm letting you know. This way people can make alternative arrangements. I mean, Jesus.
Well, and here's the thing, is he said that he will improve it. He didn't say fix it. He just said improve it. So, you know, if they only cancel, you know, 90% instead of 93% of the flights, that's improving it. So.
Here's a person that's on Twitter as alt bartender resist, whatever that is. He tags Spirit Airlines. I have never had an airline cancel a flight and not make arrangements for another flight. Thanks to the quick thinking of my friends, I got one of the last flights home. I expect to be reimbursed. So, good luck with that. But, I mean, wow.
Well, I was listening to a program this morning, and there was a guy who was coming back from I don't know where, but he wasn't able to get a flight to Central Florida, but he was able to get a flight to Baltimore, which is, I think, Spirit's hub. And then he said that the next day, they rescheduled him for a flight for the next day. And he said, screw it. I'm just going to get he spent $300 on a flight from Delta, got home, and the flight that they scheduled him for the next day,
canceled.
They also postponed.
Oh, yeah.
So, he's home already, and, they're still canceling the flights that he was supposed to be on and rebooked on. So, yeah, well, you get what you pay for, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, I've had flights canceled on, the big name brand airlines as well, but usually it was because of weather. And I was like, okay, I'm good with that. You're telling me it's not safe to fly, stay here the night, you're going to pay for it, and we'll try again in the morning? Hey, I'm down with that. But to leave everybody high and dry like that, I guess, I guess it's up to the other airlines to try to win those customers over. But it's like you said, that's a budget or discount airline, and as long as you know that going in, And
I would fly them maybe solo by myself. I don't know if I would subject the entire family.
No. You need to step up to the American Delta United people, and they're not much better, unfortunately. Southwest, they all got their challenges, but
I'll tell you, I've never had issues going someplace because I always take an early flight in the morning. It's when you start taking flights at 2, 4 o'clock in the afternoon where the little pieces of mistakes.
Are you frozen in time? You look like you're frozen in time, Mike. This is great. Hey, he's back.
Right. How about that? Hey, am I back?
Yes, right. You are back.
Yeah. Well, so the flights first thing in the morning are on time because there's nothing before it to screw it up.
Yes.
As their day goes by and they screw up the day by 10 minutes, 5 minutes,
yes.
It builds up. So by the time you get to 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, you're looking at 45 minutes of screw-ups. And, flights are postponed and they're delayed. And, of course, there's always weather. So, yeah, I prefer the early morning flights over later flights.
Well, it's that time of the show here for the alien update. I'll tell you what the alien update... Yeah, aliens. We'll talk about that in just a minute.
Buzz-looking alien! Where?
Warning! Alien approaching! Warning! Biophysical experiments extremely dangerous for people.
It's a pretty good robot. He's a little bit of an alien, too. But I think he's an alien. You could be an alien robot, right? Like, not all robots are domestic.
I computed the aliens. They are capable of sinister and dangerous acts.
You weird alien man!
All right, now when we're talking about aliens, we're talking about the alien update. We're talking about Musk, Elon Musk. We're talking about Jeff Bezos. We're talking about Richard Branson. We're talking about Bill Gates. We're talking about Mark Zuckerberg. People that are too smart for everybody else have come up with some fascinating technology or things to advance humanity. And they got more money than most all of us put together. These are the aliens. They're obviously from another planet.
Right. Bezos got divorced, and half his money's gone, and he's still the richest person on the planet. Unreal.
The reason why I want to pull up Alien Update here is WhatsApp. WhatsApp's owned by Facebook. Now, we've talked about this before, and we sounded like a couple grandpas not knowing what the hell WhatsApp was.
Exactly, and I still avoid it like the plague.
Yeah, well, WhatsApp disappearing photos and video feature, view once, has a big flaw. Apparently there's something wrong with this whole system, but apparently there's a way that you can send your picture or video or whatever. It can be viewed once, and then once it's opened, it's like, this message will self-destruct in 10 seconds. Back Mission Impossible days, and
right?
The thing would disintegrate, but apparently not so disintegrating. I don't know.
Wasn't Snapchat, formulated or started with that feature? You can.
I thought so.
You can send an indiscretion picture and it'll disappear and you can't keep it, but people do screenshots of it and keep it anyway. So, not that I would know. I don't even have a Snapchat.
And that's how modeling careers are created.
Right. And that's how the Kardashians made their fortune.
So the big flaw in the WhatsApp View Once feature, caution must be exercised while using the View Once feature, as nothing stops recipients from taking a screenshot and saving that on their devices. So WhatsApp users should send this type of media only to trusted contacts. Why WhatsApp has not enabled a warning to be sent to the sender that the recipient has taken a screenshot is a mystery. Snapchat informs senders about a screenshot, and WhatsApp could have done the same. So there you go. There's your answer right there.
Right. That quarter will get your phone call.
Well, I mean, I get it. If it's designed to, be gone, go. If things aren't working, Here's what we said last show. We said that, well, what do you care if you're not doing anything wrong? Well, if you're not sending dick pics, you won't have a problem. And I don't know what else to say.
Unreal.
We are the get off my lawn guys. That is us.
Well, we need to start a second podcast called Get Off My Lawn.
Get off my lawn. Yes. You want to know what bugs me about these kids nowadays?
Yeah, and no news stories. We just ramble and tell stupid stories and tell people to get off my lawn.
It's kind of like what we do now.
Right.
So Facebook has changed its privacy settings again. Apparently,
click the box and hit accept. Don't read nothing. Just click.
Yeah. You have no way of updating or doing whatever. But then if you go and try to do stuff on Facebook, it's like, well, wait a second. This shit's moved. I can't do this the same way. I got to do. Well, fuck, that thing moved. And where's this now?
Right.
Spend 20 minutes trying to get reacquainted. Why?
Yeah.
I guess it's supposed to be better.
I got some kind of notification about it a couple days ago, and I started clicking through it, and then it was something that was just like a red flag to me, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not happening. Back. I just closed it out and got back into Facebook.
So they're saying, this is according to TechCrunch.com, Facebook saying, we've redesigned our entire settings menu on the mobile devices from top to bottom to make things easier to find. Instead of having settings spread across nearly 20 different screens, they're now accessible from a single place. So I don't know. I haven't really messed around with it too much once I saw this. Maybe I've seen it already and just went past it. Because it's like you said, it doesn't matter what you think. Get in line. This is the way it is.
Right. Yep. If you want access to it, you got to click it.
Yeah. And if I wasn't doing business on social media, I wouldn't be on Facebook, dude. I really wouldn't, dude. It's just...
Yeah. No, I kind of regret it, kind of not. The only reason I keep it is because I keep in touch with, like 75 people from my graduating class in high school. The Monsters of Rock stuff, the updates there, what's happening with that. But I spend way too much time on it. It's basically, it's like watching, like a caveman watching a fire burn. It's just staring into a bond. I hate it, but I like it. Can't live without it.
But don't you like seeing how everyone else's life is better than yours?
Yeah, no, I don't really.
We were at the beach the other day. Lisa and I went to the beach when we went up to St. Augustine. Okay? And there was somebody on the beach, some girl, and she had her boyfriend come over and film her, like, doing these yay turns and twists in her bathing suit and with her towel and dancing on the beach and all this, like making a TikTok or a something video. And I took video of her getting her video made. So I'm going to be posting that up on the site here soon. So look out for that.
Yeah, you went to St. Augustine Beach when I was not in St. Augustine, and we went to Daytona Beach.
Yes.
You eat anywhere good?
Yes, went to Buc-ee's. Yes, I saw your cup there. There are a couple videos up.
I saw the videos.
There's a couple more coming too. We did a thing with the chopped brisket sandwich, and we did a thing with the chicken sandwich to kind of compare that to everybody's got a chicken sandwich nowadays, you know.
So did you eat anywhere else, or just went to Buc-ee's and had a lunch there?
No, pretty much just went there. We got jerky. I spent more money in a convenience store at that store than I had anywhere else, any other time on the planet. And I'm including when I was buying multiple cases of beer. I mean, this was outrageous. I felt like I had to get a third mortgage. I mean, Christ almighty. But it was all right. It wasn't like I was going, hey, I'm a big spender. I'm going to buy this and buy that. It was like, hey, yeah, I'll give that a try. Oh, wow, I just remember hearing about that. Yeah, I got to try that. Well, yeah, well, I might as well try this, you know, and yeah.
Got to get a T-shirt. Oh, hey, look, a cutting board. I need a cutting board.
I bet you...
Did you go to the one here in St. Augustine?
Yeah, I went to the one in St. Augustine and then went to the one in Daytona.
I literally live 1.3 miles from there. Like that road that you turned on to go to Buc-ee, you got off the highway and you made the left.
Yeah.
And the Buc-ee's was right there.
Right.
If you kept going down that road, that's where I live.
The same direction?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we took that same road straight to the beach, kind of. It had a bunch of trees and stuff on it.
Yeah, that's a really nice road.
Yeah, it's like a canopy or something.
9 mile road.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to give away your address, so I mean,
It's
all right.
9 miles. Well, yeah, God forbid. My wife thinks that everybody knows exactly where I live for some reason.
Well, here's our boy with the white power symbol there.
There he is. White power. How about that? The fuck? Jesus Christ.
I never knew that one meant white power until they said it means white power, so I'm not putting anything into it. But I came across this article on Mashable.com, and the title of this article got me to look at this article, and then it's amazing to me this guy is what he is and does what he does and is as successful as he is. Because according to this behind-the-scenes book, the billionaire appears more of an angry, entitled control freak than we knew. The title of this article on Mashable.com is Sales Suck Monkey Dick, Elon Musk, Tesla in 10 telling quotes. So I'm like, well, they got to get better from there, right? And there are. These are actual quotes, 10 quotes from Elon Musk. So I'm going to give them to you here. Number 1, I'm going to be very wealthy board member and investor. That's all I'm looking for.
That was the whole quote?
That was one whole quote, yeah. Here's another one. We either do this or we die. This is back in the 2008 financial crisis that nearly killed Tesla. Let's see. This colorful phrase was Musk's summary of what happened in the Roadster's first 2 years on the market. Sales suck. They don't just suck. They sunk monkey dick. So I've never heard anybody say that. Have you?
Was this like in a board meeting or like in a town hall meeting?
Tim Cook of Apple told Musk, "Fuck you." That's a big quote that's in the book.
Okay.
It was just that something with Tesla being an Apple-like company, which caused Cook to get upset. And you know how these millionaires are. They're real sensitive with their little toys.
Right.
All right, here we go. I don't have time for this. I've got to launch the fucking rocket. This was Musk storming out of a meeting in SpaceX conference room that he called to determine the language of marketing materials for Tesla's 2011 IPO.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
hang on, that was 5. I got 5 more here. You ready? Whatever suspension you need so I can sell a fuckload of cars. That's the suspension I want. So there you go.
Nice.
Apparently he was
remember-
talking to his engineering department and they had questions about what suspension he wanted. And that was his answer. Whatever suspension you need so I can sell a fuckload of cars.
Right. I worked at a Fortune 100 company, and they used to have town halls. And I remember they got some guy on there, and who knows who the hell he was. He was some muckety-muck who obviously had some sort of permission to run this town hall meeting with the entire company worldwide. And he started talking about getting shit done. And, like, very sterile company. You know, they very, 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 very snowflake-type company. You know, you can't rock the boat. You can't make any big decisions. You can't make any decisions because if you make a decision, it might be wrong. So we're not going to make any decisions type company.
Yeah, I'm out
This
on
guy
that.
got on there. This guy got on there and just started talking about getting shit done. And my coworkers and I looked at each other like, this guy ain't going to be working here long. We've never heard from the guy again. We were with the company for years after that. Never saw the guy anywhere doing anything about nothing. And I guess they dragged him out by his ass and made him hit the road.
I was in a sales meeting at a certain Chevy dealer back in 2004. 100 salespeople were there for the morning meeting on Saturday, and the new sales manager from my department gets up and starts telling everybody what kind of day we're going to have. And he says, I hate customers. I want to grab them. I want to rip off their head and shit down their necks. And I was like, holy crap.
Tell us how you feel,
This was a
He
cutthroat
was new?
business and people were nasty anyway. That afternoon he was gone.
Wow.
The GM of the whole place, I was watching his body language, and when this guy said this, he just went like this. Head down, slumped immediately like, oh my God, I can't believe this guy's doing this to me. I'm gonna have to whack this guy today. So yeah. That guy, if he's watching, because I still have connection with that guy was a hell of a car man. That guy was a hell of a, it was a bad situation, bad timing, bad quote. It was just all bad.
Right. Yeah. Now you gotta kind of hold the reins back a little bit, especially if you're new. You know. I always hated the new guy that would come in and beating his chest, thinking he's gonna change the world and go by the book and do this and do that. No, dude, just relax, all right? Freaking hang out and observe for a couple weeks and don't ruffle any feathers. And then if you want to make changes and changes that need to be made, you make them then. You don't freaking just come in like a fucking blaze of glory and be a complete fucktard.
Number 7 on these quotes. This is from Pete Rawlinson. Says, Elon, I've done this to show you I can, but you shouldn't do this. Now, those who don't know who Pete Rawlinson is, and I didn't know either, he's now the CEO of Tesla's rival, Lucid. He was somewhat of a mentor to Musk back in the day when Musk was still trying to develop the Tesla cars.
I heard about the guy.
This is my favorite one, I think. Number 8, Musk introducing himself to a new engineering team on the Model 3. So he fired the whole team and brought in another whole team, okay? And this is it. Tell me who the fuck you are and what the fuck you're going to do to fix my goddamn line. Hi, welcome to Tesla. Here's the bathroom. Will you fill out this form here for your taxes? I know. Tell me who the fuck you are. I mean, Jesus. Day one, as he's introducing himself to the new team.
Wow. How do you respond to something like that? If you're high enough along to be dealing directly with Elon Musk, you must be making a pretty penny. It's not a paycheck. You're just gonna say, fuck you, and go down the road and work for somebody else and make that money.
It goes on to say that Musk went on and told one manager he would split his skull open and brand his brain with an F for failure.
Wow.
He said, "Don't ever use the budget with me again because it means you've turned off your brain." He berated an engineer who wanted to talk about reducing component cost. "Get that guy the fuck out of here," he screamed at a 70-year-old Bill Walters, a lobbyist for Texas car dealerships. Yeah, I know. I don't like that either. Quiet down over there. Yep, I know. Keep it quiet. All right, so number 9 on the Musk quotes. "I'm a fucking idiot." That's what Musk... You know what? We're going to save that soundbite, too. He's Elon Musk to a PR consultant. Apparently, he has a Jekyll and Hyde type situation, Elon. And number 10, the quote is, most but not all of what you read in this book is nonsense. And he's referring to a book written about him, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're real vague on where this is coming from. But this is according to Mashable. Check it out on Mashable.com. It's not a paid advertisement for them. I found it quite humorous that, that was what was going on with Musk. And you know what? This Starlink, have you heard about this?
Maybe.
All right, we talked about Starlink before.
Yes.
Well, apparently, or as my good friend George used to say, apparently.
Interesting.
Actually, I misspoke here. I said Starlink. I meant Starship. I'm talking about Elon Musk, the Starship, the way they're stacking the rockets and the ship, those booster rockets and then the ship itself.
Right.
Apparently, it's Heavy Booster number 4 and Starship Proto Ship 20, and it says 420, like the weed thing, 420.
Okay.
And he says that's a coincidence. That's not on purpose. There's a picture of Musk getting high on the radio show, Joe Rogan's podcast.
Nice. So it was the 20th rocket and the 4th engine?
I guess they're also talking about the booster height was originally 70 meters, but they eliminated a half a barrel for manufacturing efficiency, so now its height is 69 meters. Another naughty number, this one with sexual connotations. People read too much into shit like that, I think,
People need to get a job. Fucking Disney's hiring $1,000 bonus. You idiots.
All right, now it's time to talk about Starlink. And Starlink, I'm going to put up a picture here.
Okay.
And it reminds me of those pictures like Verizon, we've got you covered, and they show or T-Mobile, and they show the little pink colored in everywhere. Well, everywhere there's those little dots or stars, that's what's covered by Starlink.
Wow, okay.
So you see, like, there's a portion there, like East Texas doesn't look like it's covered very well for some reason. So my question is, you got 90,000 users in 12 countries. Why can't we just have more of this right now? I mean, I understand you're trying to scale it up, but it looks like the whole country's covered. Why don't I have this service in my house right now?
Well, because you have service that works already, and it's not meant for you. I thought it was for frickin' people in the Serengeti, in frickin' Africa and third world nations and shit. Why is it over the United States?
Well, the service cost $499 up front, and then it's $99 a month.
Okay. Well, right now I have like laser fast frickin' internet in my house, and it's $70 a month and not $499 up front.
Well, there you go. Then you're okay.
And it pisses me off because it went up from $52 to $70 this past month. Because the year is up.
Well, they're scaling it up because if you go back on the time frame here, the Starlink rollout, SpaceX rolled out to select beta testers in the United States in October 2020. Then users in Canada and United Kingdom received their kits by the end of 2020. Then in February 2021, Musk revealed that Starlink already had 10,000 users. And in March, SpaceX rolled out service to Germany and New Zealand. In April, Starlink reached users in Australia. In May, service rolled out to Belgium, the Netherlands, Austria, and France. In June, the service had 70,000 users, and in July, over 90,000 users. So I guess they're slowly scaling it up.
Right? Wow, 90,000 times $50. Is that what you said? $50 a month?
Yeah. Shit, 90,000 times the $500 startup fee.
That's 45. That's $4.5 million a month in just with the 90,000 people.
It's crazy.
Not bad. Times 12. You're looking at over $50 million a year just on that.
And then he's got Tesla. He's got the ships that are getting this stuff, Starlink, up into orbit. He's making money on that. Every time this guy turns around, he's like shitting gold bars. I want to be behind this guy to catch one of them.
Nice.
All right, it's time. I just got the text here from our boy, I think, Mikestradamus. Hang on, let me double check this text here. Hang on. Yes, indeed, our boy is pulling up right now. Mikestradamus will be here shortly here. I'm going to cue up his music because, you know, he gets real touchy if I don't have his music going. I'm going to get his music going right now, okay? I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab the door for Mikestradamus.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest with us this evening. A famous safari guide, the all-knowing, all-seeing, omniscient, and former electronic salesman from the Crazy Eddie on the corner of 4th and Lexington in New York City. I give to you, Mikestradamus.
Yes, young Michael. How are you, young man? How are you, young Michael?
Doing well, thank you. Welcome, Mikestradamus. We've been waiting to hear from you and your infinite wisdom. I have your envelopes right here.
Ah, you have the questions for me.
They've been hermetically sealed, and put in a mayonnaise jar, and left at Bach Tower since noon today. No one knows the contents of these envelopes, but you, in your infinite wisdom, without ever seeing them, know the answers to these questions. Mikestradamus, I present to you your first envelope.
Ah, thank you. Let me reach over the interwebs here and grab that envelope. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And just to be clear, I have not seen these questions that are in these envelopes, but I have the answer. The answer to question number 1 is all the fans left. All the fans left.
All the fans left.
Yes, yes. Open up the hermetically sealed envelope here.
Hermetically sealed.
Why is it so hot in a stadium after the Olympic Games are over?
Because all the fans left.
But, wow. Let me get the crickets. Let me cue up the crickets here for, wow. You know what? When life gives you lemons, young Michael, freeze them and throw them at people.
Like a monkey?
Question number 2. Ah, thank you. It's getting easier grabbing these through the interwebs. Grabbing these envelopes. It's getting easier.
Practice makes perfect, you know?
The answer to question number 2 is 10-4. 10-4.
10-4. Good, buddy. 10-4.
How do a big guy and a little guy split $14? May you open your small mind instead of your big mouth, young Michael. How about that?
Thank you. Thank you. Sir, I have in my hand Your last envelope.
Ah, the final question. The final question.
final
Thank
question.
you. Thank you. Wow. It's getting easier and easier every time I reach through the interwebs there to grab one of these. Here we go. The answer to question number 3, the final question. Tickle its balls. Tickle its balls.
Tickle its balls.
How do you make a pool table laugh? All right, young Michael, may you break your own balls. And with that, I bid you adieu. I know. What do you want me to do about it? I know. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't I grab your ass, and this way we both grab your ass. How about that? Wow. Oh. All right, as you can see, I'm back here, and Mikestradamus grabbing the intern by the ass again on the way out to his carpet. That's his new jet propulsion on the carpet.
It's a very powerful carpet.
Yes, indeed. Did you see this thing with Google?
Google? Never heard. What's this Google thing you speak of?
Yes. Let me pull it up here. Let me get back. He kind of adjusted the settings on the seat here. I don't like it. Here we go. Here it is. Some mysterious new Google gadget just passed through the FCC. Now, this is according to AndroidPolice.com. Every so often, a mysterious new device passes through the FCC that piques our attention. Sometimes the listing outright says what we're looking for, even giving us information on unannounced phones. Other times, such as today, the gadget remains an enigma. A new device from Google has made its way through the FCC, but only time will tell what it truly is. The FCC filing describes a wireless streaming device with the model number GJQ9T. In this sort of listing sounds familiar, it's only because a similar gadget from Google at the FCC a few months ago. Apparently that one's a little bit different though. So apparently, to me, it looks like another streaming service type thing. Like you buy that, hook that up to the USB on your TV, and now you're connected via the interwebs to, certain programming.
No, that little plug socket thing on the lower device looks like it would plug into my phone. Right? That looks like the same plug as my charger for my phone, for my Galaxy Note 53,000 thing. But yeah,
you think so? You think that's for your?
Like it fit my phone.
But why would you need a remote control for something that hooks up to your phone?
Well, my phone also hooks up to my TVs because I have that special AT&T frickin'.
So it mirrors. You can mirror, or you got to plug it into the TV.
No, it is like I have a setting, and it'll say, I like. Believe it or not, you can't see on my phone, but I have a little icon right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll touch it, and then it'll ask me if I want the living room, the master bedroom, or the office. So I could stream what's on my phone right now on any of my TVs.
Well,
so this is hooked up to my AT&T TV.
I see. Yeah, the interesting thing about this, they go on to say on AndroidPolice.com, is about a year ago, last year's Google Chromecast with Google TV passed through the FCC in August, sporting a different model number. The gadget was listed as an interactive media streaming device, where this one's labeled as a wireless streaming device.
Right. Well, that's what I'm thinking it is. You plug it into your phone, and then it will give you the options, like I had office, master bedroom, living room. Maybe that, for people who don't have AT&T TV, AT&T, TV.
It's a big business, man. Roku has like 40 million customers, and then Roku partnered with Walmart and started giving away TVs with Roku already in them. I never shop at Walmart, but I did that internet thing for big TVs I wanted for my office and other rooms in the house. And where else can I buy a 55-inch TV for under $200?
Yeah. I was in freaking Costco. We were in Costco yesterday, and they have 85-inch TVs. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, for $2,000. But the 75-inch TVs are like under $1,000. It's like, what the hell? But yeah, I want an 82 or 85-inch TV. Next, I don't know if it's gonna fit. I have to measure. They're 76 inches wide or long, and I have like a little alcove where my TV goes, and my 60-inch TV fits in there fine. So I need to measure that, make sure I have at least 77 inches to put this gigantic freaking movie theater screen in my house.
Well, you could fit it if you live there. I just put up a new picture. Pictures of the Milky Way, and you kind of do. We do live in the Milky Way. I'm showing you a universal picture, though. The Milky Way. The reason why I have this pulled up is astronomers have detected a huge structure in the Milky Way that they can't confirm. They can't understand what it is. They literally don't know what this huge structure is.
Dude, it's a refrigerator. That's where you put your Milky Way bars, right?
Yes.
Gigantic refrigerator.
Wow, I want a Milky Way bar right now.
Yeah. Well, I bought a bunch of candy at freaking Buc-ee's earlier when I got the kids from school.
Nice. Did you get them those beaver nuggets?
No.
Those things are like crack, dude. I couldn't stop eating those things.
Yeah. Well, when they first opened, they were giving away like 1-ounce bags. And we have like, they would take a handful and put them in your bag as you were leaving. So we have a bunch of those still.
Wow.
Yeah, not my favorite thing. You got to try their gummy bears, dude.
Yeah, I'll have to try that. I did the two reviews. I did the two product reviews. One was on the crack, the Buc-ee's beaver nuggets, and the other one was on the jerky, which was supposed to be mesquite pepper, and I didn't taste any pepper or mesquite really. I mean, it was good, but
yeah,
it wasn't what I thought
they're
it
known
would.
For their jerky. But I have yet to buy any, dude.
Well, I bought the jerky off the wall. Then I saw this other jerky like in the deli cases. They have a whole long thing of it, and I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm, well, dude, I'm fucking cheap. The payoff isn't enough for the price you pay for beef jerky.
I hear you. It is what it is. It is the same. I get it. Beef jerky is expensive. If you extrapolate it out by the pound, you're paying like $20 a pound or something stupid like that. I get it though. I get it. I like the convenience of it. I like having it. I like the idea that I'm not a hiking or a nature person, but if I go out on a boat or I go away somewhere, I can grab that real quick. It's some quick protein, and I don't know. I've always enjoyed beef jerky. Boiled peanuts. You like boiled peanuts?
So do I. Oh, what?
You like boiled peanuts?
Dude, I love boiled peanuts.
When I first moved to Florida, one of the first areas we moved to was Gainesville, and my neighbor used to go ride. His friends had this like a trail service, and he used to go and ride a horse every Saturday. And while he was waiting at the convenience store for his mom to pick him up, we enjoyed some moon pies, RC cola, and boiled peanuts.
Yeah.
You're in the South, brother. You're in the South with that.
First time I had boiled peanuts. By the way, not a thing in Texas. When I brought boiled peanuts.
No boiled peanuts in Texas.
No, dude.
Wow.
In Sanford, that road that goes along the St. John's River there.
Right.
There was a guy, he had a big, gigantic stock pot just full of freaking
peanuts. Yeah.
For like $1.99, it was like a big Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
I got them. And I tried them, and they were good. And now I do my own.
Do you?
I do.
Do you do different flavors?
I'll do, I'll put Old Bay, Cajun seasoning. But I do it in a crock pot, let it boil or do whatever a crock pot does.
So you get regular raw peanuts, like in a sack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go to Walmart and they have the bags of peanuts, you gotta look for the raw ones. It's in a green bag. Get a pound, throw it in there, like a quarter cup of salt, and some Old Bay. Just dump it in there, let it cook overnight, and you're good to go. I did 2 pounds a couple weeks ago, and they're gone already. So they are good. Boiled peanuts are fantastic. But
yeah, they're good. You can buy them if, like, in Georgia and other southern states, just about any convenience store. I mean, when I'm on the road, I have to get some boiled peanuts. It's just one of those things.
When we do the monster, when we lived in Texas, we did the Monsters Rock cruises. They're in Miami or Fort Lauderdale, and then of course we would come up to Davenport to my mom's and visit her. Well, we'd come up either the Turnpike or 95 and get off at Yeehaw Junction, which was Route 60.
Yeah, exactly. 60. It takes you to Vero.
Yep, take you to Vero on one side and downtown Tampa on the other side. Excuse me. You get off at Yeehaw Junction, and right there's like a Sunoco station or some kind of gas station just west of the Turnpike. And we would always stop there because we'd have to take a leak or whatever, and they would have boiled peanuts. And I would get boiled peanuts and, any other kind of snacks we had. But always made a stop there, always got boiled peanuts.
Does Brenda and the kids like boiled peanuts?
The kids don't like anything.
Nice.
They don't like nothing. Brenda does. She likes them. She does, probably not as much as me, but she'll eat them. Yeah, not a problem there.
All right, I got one more thing I want to pull up here, and this is just a situation here. This guy right here is a fishing guide.
That appears to be a flounder.
Yeah, apparently he's well known for where he's from, and my Googles are running slow here, so hang on. I'm trying to pull this crap up here.
You need Starlink.
Yes, I need Starlink. This is according to the New York Post now. Beloved fisherman dies after contracting flesh-eating bacteria from an oyster cut. This guy's name he's a popular Texas fishing guide named Raymond Skipper H. Mock. Died after contracting flesh-eating disease from an oyster cut. A popular fishing boat guide, how about that? Tragically died last month after contracting a ravenous flesh-eating bacteria from a seemingly innocuous wound. South Padre Island's Mock, 61, had reportedly been infected with vibrosis, or a fish poisoning, a bacterial infection most commonly associated with eating raw or uncooked seafood or exposed open wounds to water. Fisherman died July 30th due to organ failure caused by sepsis, a life-threatening condition that occurs when the body's response to an infection damages its own tissues. So yeah, there's a bunch of pictures of this guy. Big fish, big well-known guy, I guess. That just goes to show you, even if you get a little cut on your foot or whatever, you're at the beach or somewhere else, just get that shit taken care of.
Dude, that's why, I consider that I'm still alive, right? Because I don't freaking eat oysters. I don't skydive. I don't ride a motorcycle. I don't jet ski. I don't...
You are insurable.
Yeah.
People will sell you insurance.
All the crap you hear about, Sonny Bono crashes into a tree skiing. You can't be rich. If you're rich, you have a better propensity to die.
Now, wait a second, because everything is relative. Now, just think about this. There's a kid in a third world country right now who may be starving, but he's going, at least I won't die in a car accident like that Mike Taylor guy might one day because he's driving a car every day.
Exactly. Yeah. So I guess there's a what do they call it? A spectrum, the spectrum of death.
Yes. You kind of grade. There's some I think one of the scariest jobs or one of the most dangerous job. I think those guys that climb those high radio towers and change the little red light bulb up top.
Yeah, I got a friend who does that.
Yeah, that shit would unnerve me. Back in the day when I was real young, I probably would have done it. I probably would have shot right up that thing like a monkey and fucking been great with it. But now, yeah, not so much. I'm not sure about that.
Well, because gravity, we would make terminal velocity a lot faster now than we would have 100 pounds lighter.
I'd be going faster than my age. That would be the one thing I'd always wanted to do. Go faster than my age.
Yeah.
Yeah, flying in the air. You're right though. I won't jump out of a plane either. I mean, how am I going to explain? How are they going to explain to my grandkids, who I've yet to meet, because I don't have grandkids yet? Knock on wood. Stay tuned to the next show, because I'm sure I'll have the announcement then, because I said that. But how are they going to explain to my grandkids that I jumped out of a perfectly good plane at 30,000 feet? I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. It's not logical.
Well, you wouldn't jump out of 30,000 feet.
10,000, whatever.
There was a time, speaking of large radio antennas with red lights on them. I don't know if I told this story. A bunch of us wanted to get Kiss tickets for the Kiss concert. And the way you did it back in the day is you went and you sat online on a sidewalk, overnight usually.
Yep.
You can be the first ones to get tickets.
Yep.
Well, the place where Kiss was opening, or Kiss was performing, I think Wasp was the opening act. This would have been March of 1985. So I think tickets went on sale like November 85. And we went, and it was cold as balls. We went to Giant Stadium, no, not Giant Stadium, the Brennan Byrne Arena to get these tickets because they were playing at the Brennan Byrne Arena. When we get there, we get in the parking lot. We're the only people in the entire place.
You're wondering if you're at the right place.
Well, yeah, we automatically assume, well,
right.
The concert's here, tickets are going to go on sale.
Yeah.
The box office is here.
Yeah.
So, we do the usual stuff. There was a big garbage bin on wheels, and we were rolling each other around on that. My buddy went to the porta potty. We knocked it over while he was in there taking a piss.
Nice.
And he came out all blue.
Nice.
And then a buddy of mine and me, I suggested, I go, hey, look, there's a cool radio antenna. It's about 250 feet tall, and there's a ladder. Let's go climb the fucking radio antenna. It's right by the New Jersey Turnpike. There was 3 of them. So, I don't know, we just picked one, and it said high voltage. My buddy's freaking out. He's like, no, dude, this is high voltage. I go, well, that room right there where it says high voltage on the door, inside that room is high voltage. We're good. So I take my jacket off and I throw it over the barbed wire, because that's how you climb over a barbed wire fence. You cover it, you climb over. We climbed over 2 barbed wire fences. Get over to the pillars. There's 3 pillars, like a triangle, and this thing goes up 250 feet at least. So there's a platform. I'm tall enough. I grab the platform. I pull myself up, and then, oh, by the way, we're completely drunk out of
No.
and,
No.
and we were smoking a left-handed cigarette.
No.
So I get up on that little platform, and I try to steady myself, and it is gigantic cement pylon that's holding this thing in place, and it has bolts. These nuts that are holding this thing in place are a good 6 inches around, and of course it's a hexagon. And I go to steady myself and go to touch this thing, and I didn't even get to touch it, and the electricity arced to my hand. And it was like watching the Munsters. Bzzz,
wow.
That Tesla coil. Bzzz, it made the sound. It burnt my hand.
Did you fall?
Thumb, all in here. And my buddy freaks out. He's like, I told you we shouldn't have come here. You're gonna die. I'm like, calm down, relax. I'm okay. It scared it hurt, of course, but it scared me more than it hurt me.
Nice.
Being in an inebriated state.
Awesome.
So, needless to say, I got back down, and my chemistry teacher on Monday told me if I grabbed it with like both
hands, you'd have completed the circuit.
Yep, and
that would have been death.
I don't know, dude. It jumped literally a couple inches to my hand.
Nice.
Freaked me the frick out.
Nice. Well, hey, it's time for us to get out of here. We're out of time here. We're up against it. So just want to give everybody a reminder. Go check out, look, the shirt I'm wearing, Winning Fantasy Football. Check out the website. Check out the Facebook group. Check out my friend Gino Losi to go fishing. Check out my friends over at the Melon Patch Theater in Leesburg. Anybody else we need a shout out to, Mike?
Just my buddy Rich, Gene, and Howard, who were with me at Giant Stadium as I got electrocuted.
Nice. All right, we'll see you next time.
Ciao.